Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back, everybody. We are going to introduce you to the amazing world of holistic healthcare. Yeah, having a traditional doctor is great. Having medication is great. Many times they don't treat the root cause. It's just the symptoms. Let's go a little bit deeper. And when I talk about holistic, there's a lot of different modalities. Cupping, acupuncture is one of them. We're going to focus on acupuncture today. And I think you're going to be pretty surprised when you learn all those things that maybe scared you away from acupuncture were just myths. This is, perceptions we had, maybe things we read online or things that people said. We're going to learn a lot today. She has many five-star reviews with her practice in New York City, and she's here with all that insight and information. Dr. Kelly joins us on the program. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Steve. How are you doing?
Very well, very well. I'm gratified that you're here today because I'm starting to learn more about these modalities in the last couple of years, thanks to people like you. But interestingly, this all goes back centuries. If we focus on acupuncture, how long have they been doing acupuncture, Dr. Kelly?
It has been several thousand years.
Wow. Um, and there's a reason we're still talking about it in 2024 because it works. Let's go right to the thing that people have an aversion to, the needle. Now, I did until I studied a little bit more, only to learn that the needle that you use in acupuncture is a fraction of the size of an injection needle. In fact, I also heard that you could take numerous acupuncture needles and put them inside the traditional injection needle. Did I hear that right?
So, when we talk about acupuncture needle, it's like way smaller than the needle Western doctor use. So I have a box here. So, and I have a needle here. You can see this 1 inch needle. So that's usually the needle I use for most of my patients. So it's 1 inch. I only insert half. So most of people don't really feel anything, but on 1 or 2 points, you may feel a little bit like just when the needle pinch the skin,
Hmm.
because in the skin we have the pain receptor. You may feel a little bit pinch, but after needle pass the skin, you're not gonna feel pain anymore. So and this is like a Japanese needle. It's very good. It's more expensive than other needle, but it's like very fast to pinch the skin, to pierce the skin. So
Hmm.
people don't really feel anything, even for young kids or very sensitive patients. So I have been using this kind of needle like on the face for facial rejuvenation. So lately, all my patients respond very well. So don't
Wow.
don't worry about the pain.
Oh, okay. Facial rejuvenation. This is news to me. You mention it. Let's go there. What can acupuncture do in that regard?
So usually when people talk about the facial rejuvenation, they may say, "Oh, I have some wrinkles," or "I have, the color on my face kind of like dull and not really bright," or "Oh, may have the airbags." So acupuncture needle, like I use the needle to put on the face. Of course, there are, acupuncture points on the face for different channel. So I put the needle on the face. So usually you can see the difference, like the color of the face is shining, like you
Wow.
have bright complexion, and the skin like looks more tight. It's not really like dropping or loose. Of course, it's not just like one time you do facial rejuvenation, you will look like 18 again. So it takes time, but it's working. I
Wow.
did on my patients. I also do it on myself, so I can tell the difference.
Wow. Why did I miss this? I've never heard that it actually makes a difference. Would you say it's almost like Botox in a way?
Oh, better than that.
Tell me how. Tell me how, please.
Yeah, so the reason why I said better than that, one thing, if you really worry about the pain, Botox is way, way more pain like acupuncture needle. Okay, that for sure. Because again, the needle is so tiny, you don't feel the pain as you doing the Botox injection. That's one thing. Two is when we do acupuncture, actually we adjust your balance of your whole body, not only about your face. Like when you have a wrinkle or bag or or your face color doesn't look bright, that's maybe due to like kidney deficiency.
Hmm.
So in that way, we will tonify the kidney. So your whole body, your organ will get more healthier. That's why it's gonna stay in you. After I do acupuncture on you, your whole balance is gonna be better. Your immunity is gonna be better. So you are healthier in general, not only about the face. It's all about your organ, your whole body. So it's gonna stay in you. Like Botox, I heard after you died, you have to redo it after several months or something, or it's gonna drooping or something. But acupuncture is not like that. After you did it, the health is gonna be stay in your body.
Wow. Okay. When I have to put the microscope on this because I wasn't even aware, and we'll get to the other things that acupuncture can support, but we're talking, facial, that certainly with Botox, you're injecting a chemical into your body. There can be side effects. There can be maybe undesirable results. When it comes to acupuncture, doesn't sound like that would be even a worry. And I want to hear you again. My understanding, Botox lasts a few months, and then you have to go again. Um, let's say you wanted to get rid of wrinkles. Yeah, a lot of people, forehead, they get Botox in their forehead. Um, how long, if you had acupuncture, would it last to smooth out some wrinkles? And can you do it on your forehead?
Yes. So basically acupuncture how it works is we call in Chinese medicine we talk about the qi and blood, right? So qi may be a little bit hard to imagine because we cannot see it like the air, right? We breathe in air every day, but we cannot literally see it. But blood, we all know, right? We have blood in our whole body.
Hmm.
So when we do acupuncture, one of the function is moving your qi and blood. So for example, why we have wrinkles, right? Because the qi and blood cannot really move. That's one of the reason. The other reason is when we like aging, actually our qi and blood kind of like decline. So
Hmm.
that's why we kind of have wrinkles. If you look at baby, look at young kid, they have no wrinkles. Why? Because they have full of qi and blood, like a balloon. They like a full bloom, but when we're aging, it's kind of like a balloon losing a little bit of air, little by
Wow.
little. Then we start to have wrinkles. So when we do acupuncture, we boost the qi and blood. So you have more qi and blood filling the balloon. So your wrinkles kind of like going away because your qi and blood is more than before.
Had no idea. Wow. Okay. Um, what are some, and I want to get into some of the misconceptions about acupuncture in a moment, but aside from, the facial aspect, what are some of the other things that acupuncture can help people with?
For example, some people have the dark spot on their skin, or like in the summer, like we go to beach, we can have some, dark spot on the skin.
Sure.
So acupuncture can help about that. So the similar, right? We move the qi and blood. So then the dark color, why we have the dark color concentrated on the skin is because it's kind of like stagnant. The qi and blood like stagnant over there. So when we do acupuncture, we move the qi and blood over there. So
Wow.
the concentration, the color gonna get dispersed. Then your skin looks like, more even, more
Wow.
brighter.
Wow. And some of the other things outside of, the face, it's my understanding, infertility, it can help with that. It can help with pain that we might have in our body. Can you give us a few other examples?
Yes. So I have like several patients coming in for infertility. So before they want to have baby, they want to prepare because It's like this. If you throw some seeds on the concrete floor, nothing gonna grow, right? Because there's no soil, no water. It's not enough nutrition. So our body is similar. Some people's body somehow is a little bit too cold. So not enough nutrition for the baby to grow. In that way, it's very hard for these kind of people to have a baby. So if they come in for treatment, what I do is I use acupuncture and sometimes, not all the time, plus with moxibustion. So to tonify the uterus, tonify the whole body. So your uterus will be like warm and rich. So the baby feel comfortable to live there. It's like a cozy, warm house. You want
Mm,
to stay over there. You feel relaxed. But if it's cold, if it like don't have nutrition, the baby feel like, it's too cold. I don't want to live over there. I cannot get enough nutrition to grow. The baby maybe don't even want to go or don't want to stay. So acupuncture just make the uterus looks like very warm and cozy home. So the baby
mm.
have nutrition, the baby feel comfortable and not cold, feel warm. So the baby will grow. So I have two patients. One is having a boy, one is having a
Wow.
girl.
Wow.
And their pregnancy has been so smooth. They don't really have like morning sickness or other problem. So I'm happy for my patients and they are happy with me too. So I would like to treat more people, helping them, to have healthy babies.
Wonderful. Dr. Kelly, I have to say this about the misconceptions because I've heard somebody say this recently, and I don't judge anyone, but I've heard some people think that the acupuncture needles are reused.
Oh
No.
no,
No, no, no, no, no.
no.
Right?
You see the needle,
Mm,
it's all packed.
yeah,
So when I do acupuncture on people, I open, I open right before I do acupuncture.
sure.
And after I done, they throw away in the sharp container. Then the sharp container will be mailed to the medical waste management. So we don't reuse needle.
Absolutely. I, well, I had to say that because I couldn't believe that somebody would think that. But then again, I don't judge, and that's why we're talking about it today. It's information. Tell us about your journey that got you here helping people through this holistic medicine.
Actually, the reason why I got into acupuncture is because myself. Actually, I got acne on my face for more than 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So at the beginning, like the majority of the people, when you have a problem, you go to say medical doctor. I went to say dermatologist because it's skin, right? So, and to be honest, the dermatologist couldn't figure out why and couldn't explain why I got acne and just give me some antibiotics and gave me some like steroid hormone like cream to put on
Hmm.
my face. So I listened to the dermatologist. I took the antibiotic for more than 2 years and the cream. It didn't got any control by that time. But I just feel like, it's kind of like common sense. You cannot take antibiotic for your whole life. But the dermatologist said if you don't take it, your acne may got worse. So if you want to get any control, you have to take it for your whole life.
Wow.
That scared me. I'm like, no, I don't want to take it for my whole life. So then I kind of like, is there another way to treat it? So then I searched, I went to Chinese medicine doctor. But to be honest, at the beginning, she didn't help me either because, to be honest, it's acne skin problem is very complicated. In Chinese medicine, we all know it's very hard to treat because it's complicated with your stress, with your diet, with a lot of things. So at
Wow.
the beginning, yeah, she didn't help me either, but I didn't give up. I didn't lose hope. So that's one of the reason I got into Chinese medicine field. And
Amazing.
yeah, and actually later on I listened 黄帝内经. 黄帝内经 is like Bible in Chinese medicine. It is very it's one of the most ancient Chinese textbook talk about Chinese medicine. So in 黄帝内经, it mentioned about how can people stay healthy. Like when you're sick, how should you treat it, and how people get sick? Like what's the reason? What cause it? So I listened to it. I just feel it makes so much sense. The way how can we stay healthy, and the way how can we treat people? How can even live like until 120 healthily? I just feel it is so good. That's why I said, okay, let me go to school to study it. So I went to school, got my doctorate degree, and helped myself. I don't really have acne anymore, and I helping other people. So
Wow.
I feel very happy to get into the Chinese medicine field.
Dr. Kelly, I love the fact that it started with you having a challenge, and that's how you learned about it initially. Then you really learned about it to help other people through your medical training. Um, it's my understanding that acupuncture can also boost immunity. Is that true?
Yes, yes. You know, a lot of people they feel like very easy to get cold, right? They went outside, it was windy, then they came back home with sneezing, with sore throat. So Chinese medicine can help you to boost your immunity so you're not so easily to get sick. Like for example, COVID, right? Everybody went through COVID, know how paranoid it is, how horrible it is. But me, I didn't get any COVID. I because to be honest, when your immunity is strong, you're not gonna get really sick. Even people around you have COVID. That's why when my patients sometimes telling me, "Oh, Dr. Kelly, I'm sick. I'm running nose. I caught cold." I said, "Don't worry. Get in. I can help you." So I'm not worried about I will get affected because I use acupuncture. I use, gua sha, cupping, or formula, herbal formula to boost your immunity. So you're stronger. So even you are around with sick people, you're not worried too much. But if your immunity is weak, you will worry, oh, people on the train, they may like coughing or sneezing. I may get the virus from them. But if your immunity is strong, you don't need to worry.
Wow. Learning so much today. Have to honestly tell you, I mean, I've looked into acupuncture, but all of the things that we're talking about, especially the facial aspect, had no idea. And that even begins with you, when you talked about your acne challenges. Wow. Um, what do you want people to know about acupuncture? Think maybe something we didn't cover.
So I want people to know acupuncture is not slow. Some people when they talk about Chinese medicine, they are like, oh, let's working, but it's very slow. It takes time. I give you an example. I have a patient coming in for fever, right? So usually when people have fever, they go to Western doctor, they take some pill or even get IV to bring the fever down. If you have fever, you come to my office, I treat you. Your fever can be gone just after one treatment. It happened to young kids like 10-year-old. It happened to like 30-year-old young man or even 40, 50 years old. So it's not, Chinese medicine is not slow. That's one of the misconception people
Mm,
think about the Chinese medicine. They're so slow. It's gonna take, a month or something. No, it depends on your situation. So for some problem, it's very quick, like a fever, right? If you have fever, you come in, after 20 minutes, your fever is gone. It's that fast.
wow. See, my perception of it would be you've got to go to multiple treatments to see the benefits and see the results. But as we're learning here, not true. Now, you've mentioned the word chi. I've heard that used before And my perception of the word chi is that it's something good, something very positive. You can have good chi. That's how I interpret it. Tell me what is chi?
Uh, I think most of people translate qi as energy.
Okay.
So they regard it as energy, kind like example, excuse me. Some people like in the morning, like they have to drink coffee to start the day. I
Mm.
never drink coffee. I don't need coffee. I can start my day every day.
Same,
Like
same.
get
I'm
up
I'm
at
the same
7.
way. I got a cup of coffee right
Very
here.
good.
But guess what? It's decaf. I just like it. It's warm and I like the flavor. I don't need caffeine. In fact, I stay away from caffeine. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah. So the qi is like energy. If you want to translate it into English.
Okay.
So yeah, so people call it energy. So when we do acupuncture, I mentioned we can tonify the qi and blood. Basically, we can give you more energy. Like some people say, I feel fatigue. Like in the morning, I get up, I feel fatigue. I don't have the energy to start the day. So acupuncture can give you more energy. So it's
Wow.
yeah.
Hmm. Now your website is kelly121acupuncture.com. And that's also the name of your practice, Kelly 121 Acupuncture. I know that you're located at 121 60th East Street, New York City. Am I getting that right?
Yes.
Is that the only reason why you picked 121 for the name of your practice?
Actually, the story is I created the name Kelly 121 Acupuncture is because in Huangdi Neijing, like Huangdi Neijing is like the Bible of Chinese medicine. It mentioned we can live until 120 healthily, no pain, no disease.
Sure.
Yeah. So I really like that idea, and I think it's very practical actually. In Dao De Jing, in another very ancient Chinese philosophy, it talk about one generates two, two generates three, three generates everything. So I add one on 120, make it 121, so you can leave 121 or 130, 150. So as long as we healthy, it doesn't matter how long we can live, right? So 150, if you are still healthy, you can take care of yourself. Why not?
Wow. And then you wound up at a location of 121 East 60th Street in the city. Like, what are the chances of that?
I know, right? I know it's such a
Hmm.
coincidence. After my, the Kelly 121 acupuncture name got approved from the state, then I started looking for space. Then it happened. 121 East 60th Street 2A is available. I'm like, this has to be from the universe or somewhere to let it happen. So it's coincidence, but it worked so well.
Wow. I'm going to say there are no coincidences, and things are meant to be, and that was meant to be. It has been wonderful talking with you today. I can see why you have dozens and dozens and dozens of five-star reviews. I've learned so much in just a few minutes. We have a lot of time to get to all the other modalities you offer, like you said, cupping and on and on and on. Best way, if somebody is in the New York City area to make an appointment, would they just go to your website? What is the best way?
Yeah, they can go to my website. There is a form they can submit. They can email me info@kelly121acupuncture.com, or they can call me 347-885-1865. So website, email, or calling me or text to me, all works.
Fantastic. This can be heard anywhere on the planet, and I've got a feeling that you are going to become a foremost expert in all of this holistic healing. Um, Learned so much. I want to come into your office and get. I don't need Botox. I got Kelly. Amazing. Thank you so much for being here today. Truly appreciate it, and looking forward next time we get together.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Kelly. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.